Well, kia ora everyone. My name is Hayden Sherman and you are tuned into the Aotearoa track and field news, where each week we're going to bring you the latest, the exciting developments in the world of run, jumping and throwing. There are Kiwi athletes all around the globe doing incredible stuff, and this is our chance to share the awesome news about that, those epic performances. So this week, it's the 1st of December. We're kind of going back. We're sort of doing some time traveling here. We've done the 8th of December. Now I'm going to pick up the 1st of December because that weekend before that was so epic. So we've got 5 top performances to share with you today. Starting things off is Georgia Hulls. Let's start with the sprinters. Why not? Georgia Hulls dropped 2 big PBs. Now remember, she's the reigning 200 meter champ from earlier this year. She won that title on her old home track in Hastings, ahead of Zoe Hobbs. So her PB in the 200 was, before this weekend, was 23.65. She's taken 0.3 of a second off that. It's now 23.35. She had a nice little tailwind with that one, just under the legal limit as 1.8. And then much less of a tailwind, just a 0.3. She also took down her 100 meter PB to 11.52. So that's taking 0.06 seconds. So a pretty big chunk by 100 meter standards. Now, also in that race, we had Livvy Wilson. She PB'd in 11.67 seconds in the 100. And that same weekend, I should also point out, Rosie Elliott busted out an incredible 11.32 in the 100. So she came second in the 100 and the 200 last year, remember? So she's coming back to good form. So she did 11.32 and Anna Percy did 11.49 in the 100. But here's the catch. They had a massive tailwind of 4.7 meters per second. So those don't count for the records, but good overspeed training. And come next weekend, we're going to see why that really paid off for Anna Percy. So more on that next week. Okay, so this massive performance from Georgia Hulls. Let's break it down and see where the standings go. So this is 100 meter women all time. Now, to put it into perspective, Georgia's just moved into 5th place. I think, what was she before that? Sitting back in 7th or 8th place. She's now up to 5th place. That is incredible. Well done, Georgia. And I'm sure you're going to be moving up those rankings very soon, because I can tell you now, the sprint girls right now are very, very on fire, and we are going to see some fast times this summer. Zoe Hobbs, of course, maintaining that top spot with Michelle Seymour. And if I want anything to happen this summer, I would love Zoe Hobbs to take out that top spot with that 11.32. Bring it down under 11.30 would be epic. Okay, moving on. From the 100 meters, we move over. Oh, and here's a little photo of Livvy Wilson smiling, very happy to get her season underway with a PB. And Rosie Elliott. This was actually basking in the glory of becoming a 10-meter shot putter. Now, I've tried the shot put. It's actually quite hard to throw at 10 meters. That's impressive. So she's starting her sprinting off really well, and done a bit of field events as well. Speaking of field events, let's jump over to our man Shay Veitch. I am possibly the biggest Shay Veitch fanboy in the country. I think he's an absolute legend. He won the magic double of the 100 and the long jump, within an hour or two this year at the National Champs. He has got a mad set of wheels, and talk about a gutsy performer. Before we get into his performance, let's just have a look at this little video he posted doing some gymnastics. He's got this little fail routine, so definitely follow shay.veitch on Instagram. Not just for some great moments like that, but also for some great moments of athleticism like this. So he dropped a new PB in the long jump. Hopefully we can get this thing playing. Of 7.8 meters. Let me just refresh this thing. 7.8 meters in the long jump. Here he goes. So charging up to the board. Look at that. So clean off the board. Toes on the white, and beautiful little hitch kick through the air. Well, it was several hitch kicks through the air, and almost ran out of sandpit room. We can click through to this one. Slows it down for us. Look at his placement on the board. Perfect. Nice height. Really so much energy through the air, reaching out, and quickly runs out of sandpit. Beautiful jumping. So 7.80. That is the new Otago record. It is a 2 centimeter PB for him. And really, yeah, that's very exciting because it climbs him up the rankings. He will be looking to hopefully jump over that 8 meter mark this summer. I'm hoping he can. Come on, Shay, let's get after it. Now, over in the States, we have a young man by the name of Colin Kirkpatrick. Maybe some of you won't know that much about him. I think he's just 21, and he is running for a college called, this is going to get me, the team is called Pomona Pizza. So it's 2 universities that have combined to form one team. So Pomona Pizza joined, and what's their names? The Sagahins? Anyway, Colin's probably just screaming at the screen right now. So Sagahins have taken out their second straight team win in the NCAA Division III. So he got 10th. Really good performance. Came back from quite far back in the last couple of K and pulled off a team best of 10th. And their team in total took home, I think it's the second straight. Let's have a look at their college site. Yeah, second straight NCAA title in Division 3. So for those who don't know, over in the States, you have 4 different divisions, and obviously Division 1 is the one that we usually focus on, but still Division 3 is really competitive, and that is a really fantastic performance. So well done, Colin Kirkpatrick. If you want to jump on his social media, you'll find a link to this cool little video they've put together on YouTube called Hard Times, a running story, and just charting their journey as a track team and a cross-country team. Now, over to the pole vault. Olivia McTaggart started off her season really well. She's up over the bar at 4.50 meters. Now, that's not too far shy of her best, which was set earlier this year in February, which was 4.55. So really good signs from Livvy. And that was off a 12-step run up, 12-step approach, which is her best with that approach. So good signs there from Livvy. Would love to see some big things from the girls in the pole vault. Imogen Eris in that same event cleared at 4.30, just a little bit off her PB, but still good, nice and solid. Nick Southgate, James Steyn were head and head, both clearing the bar at 5 meters flat. Right, let's head down for our last story to Clyde. Clyde and Alexandra. This is a bit of a classic late season 10K race, and it's got a lot of history. And we had some really two incredible runners taking this one out. So let's jump over to the results and check those out. So Daniel Belchin, while we wait for that to load, Daniel Belchin took it out in a time of 29.39. You can see Janice Stauffenberg not too far behind, so close running up the front. Stauffenberg is the triathlete. So the runner getting the better of the triathletes in the men's race. And then in the women's race, we had Rebecca Clark taking it out 36.53. Again, really close running between her and Fiona Love. Look at that, 3 under 40. So good solid running from the Southern girls. And I did want to just check out, what is this course like? Because I always see fast times and I'm like, what is it? I know it's point to point. You go from Clyde to Alexandra. You start at the dam, so it's really cool scenery. And so I jumped on Map My Run. This may not be the exact route, but it gives us a little bit of a rough idea. So you got Clyde up here. Oh, let's go. You got Clyde just up here at the Clyde Dam. There you go. Start there. You run down to Alexandra. I'm not sure of the exact route, but there you can see it's probably dropping about 80 meters. So it's not a huge drop, but that will certainly assist you, and maybe you got a little tailwind as well. So, but well done, Dan Belchin. He's certainly a sub-30 runner when he's on form. And Rebecca Clark, really cool to see a triathlete mixing it up with the runners. Well done, everyone. Thanks for being awesome, New Zealand, and we will catch you next week. Ciao.